Hello and welcome to another edition of The Pulse. My name is Abdullahi Mohammed. The matter we're treating is self-medication. And here you'll listen to ordinary Nigerians on the street of Lagos giving their impression on the matter.
Of course, it's a good thing. If you have any problem and you know the drug that you can sort out it yourself, I think it's better you go to pharmacy and get it, because by going to hospital, they will just bill you. You have to collect form, wait for doctor, this and that, and they will keep on postponing it. You can spend a week on what if you just take a drug and get yourself out. Yes.
What about the danger of treating yourself, which you don't know, you are not sure whether it is that same sickness that you are treating yourself for?
Anyway, it all depends on the kind of the sickness. If it is malaria, headache, whatever, I think all of us will know there's a drug that you can just consume daily and you'll be okay. So I don't really see anything big in that, since it's not something that is internal.
So if you have a symptom of malaria now, you just quickly go buy what kind of drug?
As I'm talking to you, for the past 8 years, I don't think I go to hospital for malaria. I know the best drug to take for malaria. Even if I'm feeling the symptom, I take the drug immediately. That's all.
It's one too many. Self-medication has become so common and prevalent among millions of Nigerians. In spite of high level of sensitization on the dangers of self-medication, these attitudes over time result in drug abuse and drug dependence, which also leads to the risk of contracting deadly diseases. To curb the menace of drug abuse arising from self-medication, several sensitization initiatives have been undertaken by government at all levels. These has done very little to arrest the trend. Against this background, the Pulse sought the opinions of Nigerians on the reasons why many prefer self-medication to seeking service of a medical doctor. Majority of those who reacted say a number of factors are responsible for the preference of self-medication.
There are so many things causing that. One, the level of illiteracy of our people. Two, the bureaucratic problem in getting looked at hospital. You may go there 7 a.m. 1, 2 o'clock, you'll not even be able to see a doctor. So there's need for government to put in place segmentation of hospital management, vis-a-vis treatment of people, and publicity to be given what drugs are available as free, what level of people are to be treated free.
I would just say it's because of the economic situation. People, they don't have money. And when you look at our hospital, present hospital now, when you get there, they will ask you to go and pay some certain amounts, and it's not everybody that's financially buoyant. So that's why people resort to the self-medication. They believe when you have a headache, it's a matter of just buying a Panadol and something like that. Some might even take SS. They will tell you 2 is not okay. It's better you take 4 so that you can get well on time. And beside that, we don't even have the time. So that is the problem. But I just hope, but my own advice is that self-medication is not okay. When you are not okay, it's better someone go to the appropriate place where you can get a better treatment.
I believe the reason for all this is because of the high cost of standard of living. People are always trying to look for easy way out. Because I believe if the government has made things very easy for the masses, they will have no choice than to go to where it's better for them. Because you realize that many people, they go to the general hospital and hospitals and they spend a lot of hours in pains. So they decide to go to where it's easy, where they show love. They don't show love in hospitals, all these general hospitals that government provide. The nurses are so harsh in the way they deal with people. So that's one of the reasons why people don't, understand with the government or with the medical institute that self-medication is not right. I believe they have to look into those areas.
Because when you go for self-medication is more cheaper than when you go to hospital, because of the condition of how things been in Nigeria.
But is it good?
No, I don't think it's good.
Because of the causes of drugs is too high on the side, because when you see people go to self-medicated because of what is in their pockets, if they go to the hospital or anything, to be on higher side, so that's why they have to go and meet what they need at the cheaper rate. But it's okay. It's not okay. But when their pockets speak for them, they have to. That's the issue.
Basically, the economic situation of Nigeria is very, very harsh. Meaning, for an average student or for an average citizen to afford medical treatment is very, very high. So, if there is any little illness or sickness in someone's life, people prefer to go to the chemist because of the cost. But in case if it is very, very sensitive, if it has escalated, that's when you see them consulting the medical or the hospitals. So in my own view, I felt it's because of the high cost of medical expenses. That's just the cost.
Most times, when anybody go for test, you have to pay for the test. So they believe for them paying just ordinary 1,000 naira, yes, it might be much to some people. Just 1,000 naira for test, they feel that 1,000 naira is too much, because you might have that. What you having in mind that is the problem. It might be the same thing that the doctor will tell you, but it is better for the person to go for that test and pay the 1,000 naira for 500 naira drugs. Instead of you saving the 1,000 naira, you went out and buy another drugs, in which is not supposed to be so. I'm very much sorry for that person, because the person might just die. 1,000 naira death. The person should just choose. It's either the 1,000 naira or he or she should just die and go like that.
But and it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. But what do you think this is happening in our society today, sir?
We thank our government very well that they are doing to secure Nigerians. But our people, some of them, it may be they have no money to go to hospital, rather to go and buy drug beside the road, and it's dangerous for health. Yes. And government is doing well to secure our life.
Well, I may say the poverty level.
And then, don't you think there's something that has to do with ignorance?
It's part of it. It's part of it, but nevertheless, people are looking for the cheaper just to get out of that way. So
it has to do with the orientation, the awareness. Some people think that when they were giving self-medication, it will be a little bit quicker, as in the results they got from there is always in as quick as possible for them, because sometimes when they get to the hospital, it will take them time. Maybe by the time they will be giving the letter for admission, all those stuffs, and the bill that the hospital will give to them might be very too expensive for them. But when you look at this native or self-medication, though self-medication has to be maybe of two-way. I don't know the way you want it. Maybe the natural and the, the orthodox and the medical stuff. If it were to be the orthodox, it's very easy for you to just cut dongoyaro tree, cook the herbs and make it without even spending much money. But when you're going to the medical bill scare many people. So instead of them going for the hospital and be trying to be billed and the likes, it's better for them to buy paracetamol, alabuco and the likes and use it. But all while those things are not too okay.
The reason why they do this is because they don't have enough of cash or to go to hospital for checkup. These days doing checkup is very expensive in private hospital. But some are ignorant. They don't know about some free healthcare in state government or in federal government, so they don't do that. So you just go about to chemists to get drugs, whatever, self-description.
I think it's maybe the vigorous obstacle they go through in the medical sector is what is causing it. By the time you go to the hospital, maybe before you get a doctor, before you go to the nurses, get your card. Some might think it's a very big, it gives them too much to go through. So they prefer just go to the chemist, purchase whatever they want on the spot with their money. So I don't think it's the best.
The medication, they are very expensive. They feel going to the pharmacy, they can easily get the medication there and treat themselves.
But have you ever found yourself in this situation that you have headache or anything and you then treat yourself?
I treat myself. I go to the nearby pharmacy and get a little medication and use it on myself.
Okay.
Self-medication is not the best for any human being. Okay. Because you need to go to hospital to ascertain the type of ailment you have before you can determine the type of treatment you want to give to it. So self-medication is born out of ignorance and maybe poverty. Because you need to know what is wrong with you before you can apply any medicine to it.
Some of them can't even afford hospital bills. That's just it. But it's not advisable. I don't do it myself, so.
Economic challenges, ignorance and culture in some rare cases are top on the list of factors identified by some respondents to be responsible for the choice of self-medication by many Nigerians. Several others, however, are of the opinion that the lackadaisical attitude of caregivers and bureaucracy involved when hospitals are visited dissuade many from accessing medical care from professionals.
So sometimes I may feel sick and you go to the government hospital within some hours. You feel you can go and come back, but imagine spending some hours. So definitely, so you look for alternative.
What is there is that people should wake up to give the medical, the hospitals, the amenities they need. If they give them the drugs, some of them are lying. They will say they provide this, they provide that. Without that, they will not. The provision they made will not be able to meet the people. So they should put more effort in meeting people's demand in the hospital.
As to me, if our economy is good, I believe nobody will sick and so nobody would like to go that way. So people would like to go to hospital. So because of due to our economy now, so people they don't have that money to go to hospital. So that is why.
At times when you get to general hospital, they will tell you this and that, That's why. So for me, I don't really blame people that resorted in self-medication, but it's not as if I supported the idea. So that is what I have to say.
The attitude of caregivers, bureaucracy and economic challenges may be some of the challenges faced by yet a lot of other people. But many others say they can't take the risk of self-medication. This is considering the fact that a slight headache or stomach ache could be a symptom of a deadly disease.
If I had any slight headache, maybe stomach ache, first thing to do is, since I'm under my parents, I will inform my mom first. We have a doctor, we'll call the doctor. It's either the doctor come over or we'll go and meet him in the hospital for test first, because you might have slight headache. You think maybe it's an headache, but it's not an headache. So you just go through test. I do advise people, if you're sick, if you have any problem inside you yourself, you don't need to go straight to the pharmacist or to the chemist to buy drugs. Someone might be having stomach ache now. That person may think maybe it's just a stomach ache. Now bought maybe any drug pertaining that will cure that stomach ache. Before you know it, it will cost another thing inside that person. So the best thing to do is you go for a test first. After test, then they will recommend the kind of drugs you will use.
I go to the clinic. Okay. I have my own doctor. Yes, my own clinic I do tests. Okay. But if I have headache, I take paracetamol.
So you treat yourself?
Yes, I do.
I go to the health center, hospital for checkup. Okay. So that's what we do.
All right. The consensus, however, is that there is need for continuous sensitization that can reach the nooks and crannies of Nigeria.
It's a matter of sensitization. You have to sensitize people, you have to talk to people, you have to tell them the implication. Because if you have a headache and you go and use the medicine for bellyache, that cannot cure the medicine if not you compound it. So sensitization is the best thing. From home, in the school, everywhere, just sensitize people. The need for them to make sure that they go to hospital before they can get treatment.
The government should make sure that free healthcare is given to everybody and advertising. So many people don't know that there's free healthcare. So like they go and see, like they don't know how much they can use in going to registration. I mean, the hospital, by the time you get to the hospital, they'll tell you to bring money for registration and so forth. So the government should make people aware that there's free medication, and even though it's slight headache, you can as well go to the hospital and you'll be well treated.
Like me now, over 60 to 70, at Lasuth, they have a place where we can collect free drug. But not all old people know about this benefit. There's need for more publicity of government and proactive action and vision and vis-a-vis the political will of the people governing us.
It's just for the government to create awareness. If government can create awareness, if we can do the advertisements on TV or in paper, self-medication is not good. Go to the health center, go to the hospital for. So that is it.
Sensitization, meaning there should be proper information. You need to educate the citizen about this threat, about the consequence of attending to chemists and other pharmaceuticals. So by the time, if you keep on sensitizing them, you get positive results from them.
Number one, awareness. Okay. And number two, if our government, set up. So if the service is very, very standard. The service is standard, but the way of operations at times.
I believe our government has to do something by encouraging them and by also making our hospital, available for us to use.
Self-medication is not right. It is not okay, and it's better maybe the Ministry of Health should give more awareness so that this is a very good development in this environment, because the technology has made us know that even in this, when you go to some website, you can even see all these stuff of the way maybe when you are having this and that.
The public awareness initiative, according to many, must be created in simple and well understood terms so as to pass the message and change the perception of Nigerians on the need to stop self-medication. Self-medication has been proven to be responsible for the death of many, but the practice may hardly die if the majority of Nigerians continue to live in poverty. The various hospitals and clinics need to have up-to-date medical facilities and responsive caregivers. It is also imperative that healthcare delivery must not only be available but affordable, if not totally free.
And that's the pulse from the streets of Lagos, talking to ordinary Nigerians. Hope you enjoy the show. Until another week when the program comes your way. Thanks for watching.